This is our league, and this is your league. From the 55-yard line on CFL America Radio and the Sports History Network.
Stand by, 15 seconds to air. Stand by, all cameras and videotape.
Ready with your opening graphics. Stand by, Howard. Here we come, Frank. Ready, Don.
Stand by, audio, your opening music, and roll tape.
Take tape.
To the average American sports fanatic, there's a national holiday not listed on most calendars. It falls on a Sunday, sometime in the month of January. It's called Super Sunday. The day when the conference champions from the American Football Conference and the National Football Conference battle it out for the supremacy of professional football. The Super Bowl has become the biggest single sports attraction in America. Usually it takes time, decades, or even centuries for an athletic event to grow to such a tremendous scope. It's hard to believe that the Super Bowl has been around only since 1967, and it didn't take long for it to catch the public's fancy. In truth, the Super Bowl received its true beginning in 1960 with the formation of the American Football League. This rival league threatened the establishment of pro football. With each passing year, the cries of fan support rose to a clamor. The AFL fans claimed their champion could beat the NFL champion. The NFL fans shouted, "No way." Finally, in 1967, the verbal sparring match was replaced with something more substantial and much more exciting, the first Super Bowl. Super Bowl I took place on Sunday, January 15, 1967, at the Los Angeles Coliseum between Hank Stram's Kansas City Chiefs and Vince Lombardi's immortal Green Bay Packers. And for the first half, the underdog Chiefs hung tough, trailing by a slim 14-10 score. But in the second half, the Packers' all-pro defensive back, Willie Wood, picked off a Len Dawson pass, and the Packers were on their way to a 35-10 victory. A big rush on, and it is intercepted with a rush on. That's Willie Wood who picks it off. He may go. Willie Wood is down on the 4. They had the rush on Dawson. He was throwing, backpedaling, and didn't have enough on the ball. And Willie Wood intercepts and goes 51 yards. The setbacks are Taylor and Pitts. Bart Starr quarterback. Dale's wide left. It's to Pitts. Pitts is over for a score. Green Bay strikes quickly here in the third quarter. And they take a 20-10 lead. Fake to Taylor. Starr shoots it, and it's a touchdown to Max McGee. Max McGee has scored his second touchdown of the game. First down, Green Bay in the Kansas City 14. To Jim Taylor on a power sweep, cutting back at the 10. Taylor is in for the touchdown. That's Jim Taylor's famous power sweep with Fuzzy Thurston, Jerry Kramer, and then Forrest Gregg throwing blocks for him. After the game, Vince Lombardi was pressed to compare the two leagues, and he did so.
That's a good football team, and it doesn't compare with the National Football League teams. That's what you want me to say, I said it. It took me a long time to get that out. No, I mean, I think the Kansas City team is a real top football team, and but it doesn't rate with the top teams in our division, that's what I'm saying.
Super Bowl II also belonged to the Green Bay Packers as they humbled the Oakland Raiders at Miami's Orange Bowl. The Packers, to a man, were certain that this was Lombardi's last game. The Packers' all-pro guard of those glory teams, Jerry Kramer, talks about Vince Lombardi. and the feelings in the locker room on that Sunday afternoon in 1968.
All been pretty aware of the fact that Coach Lombardi was thinking very, very seriously about retirement. And while many of us cuss him or call him names or a number of things, it's something like you might do with your family. You can call your brother something, but don't let anybody else call him the same thing. This is the same way with Mr. Lombardi. We can cuss him, but don't let anybody else holler at him. And we all felt that this was going to be his last game. And I said to the fellas, I said, look, we got 30 more minutes this year. I said, let's give it to the old man. Let's play the last 30 for the old man.
After those two sound beatings by Green Bay, it appeared that the NFL was indeed the superior league. And as a result, the Super Bowl was lacking the luster that many thought it would have. But on Sunday, January 12, 1969, the Super Bowl attained that halo of greatness when the New York Jets, a 17-point underdog, upset the highly touted Baltimore Colts at the Orange Bowl in Miami. The score, 16-7. Before Super Bowl III, the Jets quarterback Joe Namath boldly predicted victory. To many, it was a foolhardy move, but Namath, forever the showman, was sincere in his brashness, and you can see why. When in the second quarter, he orchestrated a picture drive to put New York on the scoreboard.
Namath back to pass again, in the pocket, throwing, and it's caught on the 34-yard line by George Sauer, leaping catch on the Baltimore 34. He is brought down immediately by Lenny Lyles. And it's another first down for the New York Jets, who are now on the Baltimore 34-yard line after taking over on their own 20. Namath backpedaling, looks, throws to the sideline, caught by Sauer at the 30, down to the 25, and knocked out of bounds on the 23-yard line. Namath back to pass, swings one out to Snell at the 20, Snell at the 15, Snell at the 10, Snell at the 9, fumbles, and the Jets have the football on the 9. Recovered by Snell. First and goal to go on the 9-yard line for New York. Namath calls the play, Namath to Snell, Snell at the 5, Snell at the 4. Matt Snell behind the blocking of Dave Herman. Down to the 4-yard line, and Rick Volk from the secondary to make the tackle. It is second down and goal to go New York. Namath on a handoff to Matt Snell. Snell at the 5, Snell at the 3, Snell touchdown! Matt Snell in the end zone on a wide sweep to the left. He shook Rick Volk on the 5-yard line and banged into the end zone where Lenny Lyles hit him. And this crowd is up and standing and yelling as the Jets have drawn first blood.
The Colts might very well have tied it up before the half, except the Baltimore quarterback, Earl Morrall, after a little razzle-dazzle, failed to see a wide-open Jimmy Orr.
A handoff to Matty. He has the pass run option. He throws back to Morrall. Morrall throwing long up the middle of the hill. It's intercepted by Hudson on the 13. He's up to the 20 and he falls down, covers the ball.
In the second half, the Jets' defense continued to deny the Colts, and the Jets' Jim Turner put his talented right foot to work with 3 field goals.
Early holding at the 32, slide angle to the left. Jets lead 7-0. Waiting the snap. Here's the snap. The ball is down. The kick is on the way, and it is good. Jim Turner with a 32-yard field goal. And with 10 minutes, 8 seconds left to play in the third quarter, the score, the New York Jets 10 and the Baltimore Colts nothing. Okay, here we go. The snap, the ball is down, the kick is on the way, and it is good. A 31-yard field goal by Jim Turner. And now, with 3:58 to play in the third quarter, the score, the New York Jets 13 and the Baltimore Colts nothing. Field goal unit in for New York. Pirelli calling the signals. Waiting for the snap. Here it is. The ball is down. The kick is up, and it goes right straight through the upright. 3 more points for Jim Turner. And so, with 13 minutes and 26 seconds left to play in this ball game, the Jets now lead the Baltimore Colts by a score of 16-0.
The Jets won the game 16-7 in one of the biggest upsets in pro football history.
Unitas back to pass. 2 seconds, 1 second. Unitas throwing to Richardson. He has the ball in the 49, brought down by Sample. The clock has run out, and the ball game is over. There's the gun, and the Jets are champions of the football world.
The Jets' victory over the Colts gave the Super Bowl the national appeal it had lacked in its first 2 years of existence. But to the football purists of the land, it was a mere fluke. Surely, Super Bowl IV would restore normalcy to the football world when those big, bad, and mean purple people eaters of the Minnesota Vikings tangled with the Kansas City Chiefs, a wild card entry. Well, it didn't turn out that way, as the AFL, for the second year in a row, staged a stunning upset at Tulane Stadium in New Orleans. The Chiefs took an early 9-0 lead, as Jan Stenerud went 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And the Chiefs now will go for a long-range field goal. Jan Stenerud comes in the ball game. Holding again will be quarterback Lenny Dawson. The ball is down. The kick's up. It's end over end. The boot is up and long. It's good. A 48-yard field goal is good by Jan Stenerud with 6:52 to play in the first quarter. Kansas City 3, the Minnesota Vikings nothing. Jan Stenerud will attempt one from the 33-yard line. 13:24 to play in the first half. This could give Kansas City a 6-point lead. The ball's down, the kick's up, it's perfect. A 33-yard field goal, good by Jan Stenerud. Stenerud has gone 2 for 2 this afternoon. He'll kick from the right hash mark. He said a lot determines how the line blocks and how the holder does it. The kick is up, and it's good again. Another field goal by Jan Stenerud, this one from 25 yards away.
On the ensuing kickoff, the Chiefs broke the Vikings back.
Jan Stenerud kicking on the 40-yard line, and the two deep men are 2 yards away from that goal line. This one is not as long as in the first quarter. At the 10, the ball is fumbled by Charlie West. The Chiefs go over, so do the Vikings. At the 19, the Chiefs recover. The Chiefs specialty squad goes downfield, and E.J. Holland was the man who went firing in for that loose football to the 19. And West got his shoulder pad on it, really never got possession, and the Chiefs recover that football. Ramey Prudhomme was the man who picked the ball up with the 19-yard line.
Then, before you knew it, it was a 16-0 game.
Running play, coming to Garrett on a trap, touchdown! Garrett scores from the 5. With 5:34 remaining here before the half, the Chiefs have just driven 19 yards and 6 plays on a trap block. Garrett took it in, and you just saw standing line blocking up front. The pulling guard made that play, Mo Mormon. He is 6'4" and 252, Kansas City's #1 draft choice a season ago.
The Vikings dented the scoreboard in the third quarter to make it 16-7. But back came the Chiefs.
Dawson, quick count. Dawson throws sideline pattern. Taylor hooks. 30, 25. He cuts back. 20. He's going to go. Otis Taylor, great move. He was hit at the 35. Pulled loose. Went down the sideline. Pulled a great move. Went in for the touchdown.
From that point on, the Chiefs' defense took and pounded the Vikings into submission.
Wide to the right, Henderson. Henderson, Cap fading. Cap is being rushed. Cap throws down the middle. Intercepted. Willie Lanier. Lanier out to the 40 to the 43. First down, Chiefs. 10:44 left to go. Minnesota hasn't given up one moment. Joe Cap trying to lead his team downfield. The Chiefs putting tremendous pressure on Joe Cap. It hasn't been that way with Dawson. The Chiefs' offensive line has done the job today. Cap with the ball. He's going to fade again as he rolls right. The rush is on again. Pass downfield. It's going to be intercepted. Johnny Robinson. John to the 50. Chiefs have the football. John Robinson, who's playing with a tremendous injury, intercepts the football. Chiefs ball at the 50, and the dejected Minnesota Vikings go off the field. Washington to the right, Henderson to the left. Chiefs dug in defensively. Cap with the ball. You fade back. The blitz is on. But Buchanan and Aaron Brown fumble on the play. The Vikings get the ball at the 17, and Cap is hurt. Aaron Brown almost tore the head off of Joe Cap. The Chiefs go over to try to help him up. He doesn't want any help. He needs it, but he doesn't want it from the Chiefs.
20 seconds. 19, 18. The game is going to be over. Mike Livingston doesn't want to play anymore, neither do the Chiefs. They've had enough. They want the football. They're going to blow the clock out. That's it. Chiefs are the world champions of professional football. The Kansas City Chiefs, the world champions. They won 23-7 today over the Minnesota Vikings, and pandemonium is reigning on the field through a sensational game.
The the Chiefs won 23-7. And for all intents and purposes, the argument over league parity was now a reality. And, well, it should be. For in 1970, a merger was effected that brought all teams under one heading. It was no longer league against league, but now it would be conference against conference in the new expanded National Football League. Under the new alignment, the Baltimore Colts, Cleveland Browns, and Pittsburgh Steelers moved over to join the 10 AFL teams, forming the American Football Conference and giving the NFL 2 balanced conferences of 13 teams. As a result of all this juggling, Super Bowl V provided a pairing of 2 old-line NFL teams, the Dallas Cowboys and the Baltimore Colts. History will recall this game from many different angles. First of all, it may have been the sloppiest Super Bowl ever played, so numerous were the turnovers. But on the other hand, it may have been the most exciting, since it was not decided until the final 9 seconds. Dallas took an early 6-0 lead on 2 Mike Clark field goals before the Colts scored on one of the most controversial touchdowns in Super Bowl history.
John goes back to throw again, sets up, fires out left side, incomplete, taken by John Mackey. Goes off the fingertips of the intended receiver, bounced into the hands of John Mackey, and he goes in for the touchdown. He goes in, and the ball was tipped, but it was also touched by one of the Dallas Cowboys, and Bill Renfro is very upset.
Dallas countered with another touchdown to make it a 13-6 game, and they were threatening to put 2 touchdowns between themselves and the Colts when Dwayne Thomas fumbled.
The handoff goes to Thomas. He's still in there. Thomas hits to the 1-yard line, stopped by the Colts, spun away, and a fumble, and the Colts have recovered.
That was the turning point, for it gave the Colts a chance, and shortly thereafter, they cashed in to tie the score.
Curry over the ball at center. Morrow counts it down. Again, it's Nowatzki. He slams into the end zone for a touchdown.
Despite the many turnovers in this game, the only one that seemed to really count was the last one, as it paved the way to a game-winning field goal.
Morton rolls out to the right. Gets the pass away down the sideline. Intercepted by Mike Curtis at the 25, the 20, down to the 23-yard line. The Colts have the football.
It bounced off Reeves' hands, I think. I'm drifting over, and I'm just drifting over to try to help with the tackle, and the ball just lucky to land right in my hands. I couldn't help but catch it. And then I looked around to see where everybody was, and I gave my old fullback moves and started moving out, trying to get as close as I could. Anyway, I fell down knowing I didn't want to fumble. That was it.
9 seconds showing on the clock. The Cowboys and the Colts all tied up at 13-13. It is a 32-yard field goal attempt. Morrill is kneeling. O'Brien is ready. There is the snap. The kick is up. It is long enough. It is good! A 32-yard field goal by Jimmy O'Brien. It is good!
To the Dallas Cowboys, forever the bridesmaid, it was another frustrating end to an otherwise great season. But just one season later, they returned in Super Bowl VI and defeated a very talented but inexperienced Miami Dolphin team. For the first 30 minutes, the Dolphins put up a very game fight. But with just a little more than a minute left in the half, the Cowboys started to assert themselves.
Hayes goes right. Allworth left. Backfield is split. Garrison on the left and Hill on the right. Staubach looking it over. Back to pass. Throws one to the end zone. Caught by Allworth. Touchdown for Dallas. Right in the corner of the end zone. In front of Curtis Johnson. Allworth scores and the Cowboys lead 9-0. And no white handkerchiefs are fluttering right now.
In the second half, the Cowboys just poured it on to gain a one-sided 24-3 victory.
It's a pitch out to Dwayne again. Around right in a hole to the 40, down to the 35, to the 30, to the 25, and finally pulled out from behind us at the 22-yard line. And there was the afterburner speed of Dwayne Thomas. Finally hauled in by the linebacker, Colin, who's been all over that field today, on a brilliant run by Dwayne, who really accelerated. 22 yards on that one. At a first down now at the 23-yard line of Miami. Thomas on the left, Garrison the setback, split formation, both wide receivers left. Hayes in a reverse, round right in, Nye with a block, and a block by the center, Manders, down to the 10 and out of bounds around the 5-yard line. Oh, Manders Rogers pulled, and so did Nye, and Hayes on the reverse from the left, around right in, and Tom Landry has pulled out every play that we've ever seen in these 6 years of the Cowboys. He's used them all today. One of the finest runs. That one for 17 yards and a first down at the 5-yard line. High formation. Garrison and Thomas. Ditka's in at tight end left side. Hayes to the right, Allworth to the left. First and goal at the 5-yard line. Staubach wheels, gives to Garrison. Walt pounds off left tackle. Fight through for a couple of yards. He's stacked up, however, by Bonaconte and by Fernandez around the 3-yard line. It will be second and goal at the 3 as they unstack it. Truax in at tight end on the right side. Thomas, Garrison to the backfield. Allworth is in. Both tight ends are in now. Garrison right, Thomas left, second and goal, 3-yard line. Staubach looks to his left, checks to the right. At the 3, pitch out to Thomas. Dwayne cuts inside the 5 with a throw and a touchdown for Dwayne Thomas. He made a great move on Bonaconte, who fired into the backfield. Dwayne Thomas steps inside of him, Lance Allworth. Looks like the true Bambi. He goes leaping off the field, clapping his hands together. The Cowboys have racked him up now to 16-3. Try for extra point by Clark. It's up and it's good. Dallas 17, Miami 3. And Greasy back to throw again. Somebody fell down. There's a pass intercepted by Halley down to 40. Halley down to the 35. Halley down to the 20. Chuck falls down at the 10-yard line, and Halley is so mad. Here's one of the great original Cowboys. Harrison and Thomas. Bob Hayes to the left, Allworth to the right. Ditka's in at tight end on the right side. 11:50 remaining. Dallas leading 17-3, and they're at the 7-yard line of Miami. And Staubach drops back to pass. That's up. Pass to the end zone. Touchdown! It's the hammer, Mike Ditka. Mike Ditka, super catch, Super Bowl touchdown for Dallas. And the Cowboys are now 23-3. And boy, is the big man with a mustache happy.
On January 16, 1972, the Miami Dolphins lost the football game at Tulane Stadium. However, for the Dolphins, it was the last defeat they would suffer for more than a year, for they were about to embark on the most glorious season in NFL history. In 1972, the Miami Dolphins astounded all by going through the regular season with a perfect 14-0 record. In the playoffs, they kept their unbeaten ways intact by disposing of the Baltimore Colts and Pittsburgh Steelers. However, perfect record or not, one last game had to be played. And on Sunday, January 15, 1973, in Super Bowl VII, they met George Allen's over-the-hill Washington Redskins for the right to wear the crown as world champions of professional football. The Dolphins struck for the game's first score, when on the last play of the first quarter, Howard Twilley hauled in a Bob Greasy pass.
Donka and Kick are the splitbacks in behind Greasy, waiting for the snap. Bob drops the throw. He sets up. He is firing for Twilley. He's got it. And he's in for the touchdown. Howard Twilley. And here come the white handkerchief.
It remained that way until late in the first half, when it appeared that Washington was driving for the tying score. But the Dolphins' star middle linebacker, Nick Bonaconte, picked off a Billy Kilmer pass that kept the Redskins off the scoreboard and led to the Dolphins' second touchdown of the afternoon.
Kilmer with a long count at the line of scrimmage on the snap. He drops a couple of steps back, gets a good rush, fires, picked off by Bonaconte. 45, 50, 45 to the 40, 35 to the 30. He's run out of bounds at the Washington 25-yard line. 21 seconds left to play in the first half. Kick and Zonka remain the running back. They split in behind Greasy. Second and goal from the 1-yard line. Waiting for the snap. Here's the handoff. Kick into the middle. And it's going to be very close. Touchdown. Miami. Here come the handkerchief. The Dolphins really should be out in front 24-0, and now it's 14. Jim Kick behind the Sundance Kid, his buddy, and the Dolphins now move out to a 13-0 lead.
In the second half, the Redskins tried to make a game of it, but the Dolphins' defense was equal to the task.
Ball just outside the Dolphins' 10.5-yard line. Let's see if they can stop them. Taylor splits far side. Jefferson near side. Kilmer ready to go to work from the Dolphins 10.5. He drops to throw. He sets. He fires the middle. Intercepted in the end zone. Jake got 5, 10, 15 to the 20, 25, 30. He might go. 35, 40. And he's dragged down from behind at the 50-yard line.
Late in the fourth quarter, Miami attempted to up their lead to 17-0 with a field goal. It was blocked, and as a result, Washington wound up on the scoreboard.
All right, Garrow will get a chance at a field goal opportunity here. The clock says 2 minutes and 21 seconds. Garrow 2 for 4 in the playoffs. This will be a 42-yard attempt. Morrow will hold. It'll be from the far inbound hash mark. There is no wind that we can tell from the flagpole up here. A 42-yard attempt by Yepremian. Snap, set down. The kick is blocked. Rolling loose on the field. It is picked up by Garrow. He tries to throw a pass. Deflected in the air. Grabbed by Bass. 40, 35, 30. He's going to score. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Mike Bass. And the Washington specialty teams get their club on the board and make it a new ball game. Just as we were raving about a victory here with 2 minutes and 7 seconds to go, Garrow had the football, and it looked from here as if he tried to throw a forward pass with it.
The Redskins still had a chance to tie it, but the Dolphins' defense refused to be had.
So the clock continues to move with 45 seconds to go. 43. This is a fourth down. Fourth down. Here is Kilmer back to throw. He is caught, and he is dropped back at the 17-yard line. Den Herder and Stanfill all over him, and that could be the old ball game. This defense has just been magnificent today. The only touchdown that was scored was by the specialty teams of the Redskins, and that could have turned it around, but the defense just took it away from them. The clock is moving now. The clock is moving. They're not going to get a playoff. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. The Dolphins have won Super Bowl VII, have completed the greatest season in NFL history. And that is going to be the end of the ball game as the Dolphins have won it by a score of 14-7. The white handkerchiefs come out. The final score are Miami Dolphins 14 as they are mobbed by a ton of people at center field. The Washington Redskins 7.
In 1974, the Miami Dolphins made it 2 straight Super Bowl championships when they annihilated the Minnesota Vikings 24-7 at Houston's Rice Stadium. The Dolphins took the opening kickoff and marched right up the field for the game's first tally.
So it's first and goal from the 5 as Greasy splits his running backs. Morris on the right, Zonka on the left. Now sending Warfield in motion toward the left side. It's Zonka straight up the middle, and he's got the touchdown. Larry Zonka carries it in from 5 yards out, and the Dolphins have scored first.
Then, on their next possession, Miami made it a 14-0 game.
Zonka and Kick are the running backs at this stage. They use Morris for the open field area. So it's second down now. Zonka on the left, Kick on the right. Coming in motion is Warfield. The handoff to the second man, Kick, and again stacked up, but touchdown this time. He just did sneak it over for the Dolphins' second touchdown.
By the end of the first half, the Dolphins led 17-0. And in the third quarter, they upped the score to 24-0.
Second down at the 2-yard line. Greasy turning around to check his running backs. Looks as though he's almost talking to Zonka. Now he hands off to Zonk, heading right side. Touchdown, Larry Zonka! His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins, if they hadn't already, have now established clear superiority in this game.
The Vikings did manage a touchdown in the late going, but it was too little, too late, as the Dolphins became the first team since the Green Bay Packers to win 2 consecutive Super Bowl championships. In 1975, the Minnesota Vikings made their 3rd trip to the Super Bowl in 6 years, this time taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers at Tulane Stadium in New Orleans, Louisiana. To many, the law of averages meant that this was to be the Vikings' year. However, the Steelers had labored in obscurity for 42 seasons, and this was going to be their big chance. The game remained scoreless until late in the first half, when a missed handoff resulted in 2 points for Pittsburgh.
And here's Tarkenton handing it off. There's a bubble. The ball is loose. Tarkenton goes for it in the end zone. It's an automatic safety. 2 points. The handoff was bobbled and went back into the end zone. Tarkenton recovered it to prevent the touchdown. As Lambert came into coverage, it was an automatic safety.
In the third quarter, the Steelers went ahead by a 9-0 score when fullback Franco Harris rambled into the end zone.
Bradshaw giving it to Harris, getting a key block from Mullins, running to the left, turning the corner, he's in there for a touchdown for Pittsburgh. Jerry Mullins gave him the block. Mullins pulling and blocking for Franco Harris. Harris running wide to the left, swung into the end zone for the touchdown, and the Steelers are on the board with their first TD of the afternoon.
The Vikings managed to tighten it up when they broke through to block a Bobby Walden punt.
There's the snap of the football, and it is blocked. Bobby Walden's punt is blocked, and it's in the end zone for a Minnesota touchdown. Jerry Brown recovered it in the end zone.
But in the fourth quarter, the passing combination of Terry Bradshaw to Larry Brown proved to be too much for the Vikings to overcome, and they had themselves a 16-6 victory.
Got 2 yards to go on third down. He's going to pass. And Terry Bradshaw fires, and it's caught at the 40. Holy smokes, Brett Edwards is down to the 30-yard line. And his Larry Brown has fumbled the football, and the Vikings are recovered. Larry Brown caught it. And now they're saying it is Pittsburgh's ball. The ball was blown dead. 31-yard pass and run. Here is Bradshaw rolling right. Bradshaw gets a big block and fires into the end zone, complete for the touchdown. Hitting Larry Brown in the end zone. He got a great block from Franco Harris. And they had to protect against Bradshaw continuing on to the end zone.
In 1976, the Steelers made it 2 straight when they defeated the Cowboys 21-17 in Super Bowl X at Miami's Orange Bowl. However, in the beginning, it appeared that the gods of force smiled on Dallas as they struck in kamikaze-like fashion.
Pearson and Dennison deep, and Girella kicks it. End over end. Who's it coming down to? Preston at the 3. Out over the 10. Reverses the football. At the 10, the 15, to the near side, the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40, the 45, the 50. Over the 50 to the Steeler 45. And the tackle is made. And the runner is knocked out of bounds. Tom Henderson took the reverse. All right, the Cowboys are in a slot left formation. Now they move into the standard setback situation with Staubach, the quarterback, taking the ball, faking. He's back to throw. Staubach straight down the middle. Open man at the 15. He's over the 10. He's down to the 5. Touchdown, Dallas Cowboys. As Staubach hit Drew Pearson.
But the Steelers came back quickly and tied it up.
Bradshaw rolls right, puts it wide open in the end zone. Randy Grossman takes it for the touchdown. They crossed them up. They had 2 tight ends, and they had Mullins going in motion and cutting into the line, and Dallas was geared for the run. They did not get the run. Bradshaw took the ball, flipped quickly to Randy Grossman, the second-year man from Temple, wide open in the end zone for a Pittsburgh touchdown.
However, Dallas countered with a field goal that gave them a 10-7 lead. But in the fourth quarter, the Steelers' Iron Curtain defense turned the momentum for good.
They're rushing, and it's blocked. It's through the end zone, and out of play. Blocked by the Steelers. It's a safety.
The Steelers, now forging toward victory, return the ensuing free kick 25 yards to set up a Roy Girella field goal.
Ball is down, and Girella kicks it. It is end over end, and it is up there. It is good. There's the signal. It is good. A 36-yarder by Roy Girella with 8:41 remaining on the clock. And the Steelers have moved out to a 12-10 lead over the Cowboys.
Another Girella field goal made it a 15-10 game. Then in the fourth quarter, Terry Bradshaw hit Lynn Swann on a bomb to put the game out of reach.
Now he fires for the bomb, and Lynn Swann going for it. Swann pulls it in for a touchdown. Lynn Swann beat his man on a bomb. Swann got a step beyond Mark Washington, who's been on him all afternoon.
Super Bowl 11 at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California, saw the Oakland Raiders pitted against the Minnesota Vikings. For the Vikings, their day of recognition was still somewhere down the road as the Raiders kept the AFC superiority intact with a very lopsided 32-14 win. On this afternoon, Oakland's quarterback Ken Stabler was magnificent as he judiciously mixed up his plays in spearheading the Raiders to a commanding 16-0 lead at the half.
Play fake by Stabler on third down and short. He straightens up and throws to Casper, complete at the 40, down to the 35. Seaman after him, gets him at the 27. And a daring bit of play calling by Kenny Stabler really gives the Vikings pause for thought now on 3rd and 2. He play faked and fired to Casper, who rumbled for a big gain. Slot right, Carl Garrett gets the handoff, sweeping the left side, cuts inside his block. Nice move, great move at the 20, spins away from another man at the 15, and hurdles down to the 13-yard line, where he's finally caught by Krause and Jeff Wright. Stabler back, sets up, looks, throws to Biletnikoff, makes the catch. He is not in. He was coming back in front of the quarterback, Nate Wright. He was into the end zone, but when he came back to make the catch, he caught it on the 1-yard line and stepped out of bounds, but it gives the Raiders a 1st and goal to go. Now it's 1st and goal, and the power formation is in. Casper tight end on the left side. Lawrence on the right side. Bankston on the right side as a wingback. Stabler back to pass. A quick throw into the end zone. Casper, touchdown, Raiders! Yasha Heifetz never played a violin with more dexterity than Kenny Stabler is playing the Minnesota Viking defense. 3rd and 2, Van Egan with a big hole, big yardage all the way to the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Holy Toledo. The Oakland line is just wiping out Minnesota's front. Branch left, Biletnikoff right, 1st down, Stabler back. He looks, he fires to Biletnikoff on the 1-yard line, a skidding catch. He's got it. He's got it. In a tremendous battle with Jeff Wright, they both skidded to the turf on the half-yard line, and Fred made the catch. A brilliant work of art by the master of his position, Fred Biletnikoff. 1st and goal on the half-yard line. Here's the power formation right side. Hand off to Banaszak. He powers over. Touchdown, Raiders!
In the 3rd quarter, Oakland mounted its lead to 19-0 on an Arrowman field goal before Minnesota could dent the scoreboard. However, the combination of an harassing Oakland defense and the passing of Ken Stabler to Fred Biletnikoff led to another Oakland touchdown and a commanding 26-7 advantage.
Tarkinen back to pass on 3rd. The rush by Hendricks peels him out of there to the left. He's backpedaling and throwing. Intercepted by Willie Hall at the 30. Back to the 40. Runs into traffic. Raider football. He's brought down at the 46-yard line. And so the pressure of a blitzing Ted Hendricks put Tarkinen in a spot, and he fired the ball where Willie Hall could get it. Back is Stabler to pass. Good blocking. He steps up as the rush comes. He throws to the wide open Biletnikoff at the 35, to the 30, to the 20. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. He's dropped on the 2-yard line. Biletnikoff ran it up and in into a yawning chasm in the middle of the defense and took off before he was finally caught from behind by Krause. Give the ball to Banaszak. He powers over. Touchdown, Raiders! Banaszak smashing over behind the wedge provided by Vela, Henry Lawrence, and Bankston on the offensive right side. Oakland now putting at least 18 points between themselves and the Vikings. Pending the Arrowman conversion, it is now 25-7.
In the 4th quarter, veteran cornerback Willie Brown picked off a Fran Tarkington pass to put the icing on the cake in this one-sided Oakland Raider victory.
Quick lineup now, and he looks and throws. Intercepted by the Oakland Raiders. Willie Brown at the 30, 40, 50. He's going all the way. Old man Willie. Touchdown, Raiders! John Madden on the sideline, enjoying every moment of it. Carl Eller on the opposite sideline, agonizing again. The Raiders just run the ball into the line of scrimmage. 15 seconds, 14. The Vikings aren't even going to use that last 1 second or one timeout. Listen to the count. Here it is. The Raiders closing in on the Super Bowl championship. There it is. There's the gun sounding the end of the game. John Madden goes on the shoulders of his players.
On January 15th, 1978, the pride and prestige of the National Football Conference was finally restored when the Dallas Cowboys defeated the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 12 at the Superdome in Orleans, Louisiana. The Cowboys took an early 7-0 lead in the game when, after intercepting a Craig Morton pass, they moved to the 3-yard line. And on 4th down, they spurned the field goal in favor of the touchdown.
Again, a double tight end set with a power I formation, straight to the left side behind Dupree. Ball at the 3-yard line. Staubach barking out the signals, has it, hands it off to Dorsett, drives, touchdown!
Turnovers proved to be the Broncos' undoing in the first half as they trailed by a 13-0 score. They finally got on the scoreboard in the 3rd quarter when Jim Turner booted home a 47-yard field goal.
Norris Weiss to hold at the 37 right hash mark. 47-yard attempt by Jim Turner in a 13-0 game. Snap, ball down, Turner's kick on the way, has distance, it is good! Jim Turner, 47-yard field goal. And now, Dallas 13, Denver 3.
But the Cowboys came right back and scored on a touchdown reception that might have been the most spectacular in Super Bowl history.
They've got a 3rd down 10 at the Bronco 45 right now with 7:06 to go, third quarter. Shotgun formation. Preston Pearson and Tony Dorsett in the backfield, along with Roger Staubach. Fitz snaps it back. A 3-man rush again. Roger goes deep across the middle, way downfield, and Butch Johnson caught. Touchdown! A sensational diving catch by Butch Johnson, the Cowboys' second-year wide receiver.
The Broncos closed the gap to 20-10 on a touchdown plunge by Rob Lytle, but the Cowboys soon came back with some more aerial hijinks that cemented a 27-10 victory.
Pitch out. Newhouse goes left, pulls up, wants to pass, fires it deep for goalie Richards. Caught, touchdown! Robert Newhouse is being mobbed by John Fitzgerald, Thomas Henderson, Preston Pearson, Jay Saldy, Burton Wallace. The whole team is out in the middle of the field, including one of the reserves.
Super Bowl 13 was probably the most unique matchup in its brief history, matching the defending champs, the Dallas Cowboys, against the mighty Pittsburgh Steelers. In Super Bowl 10, these two teams put on a memorable battle that went down to the dying seconds of the game. Super Bowl 13 would be no different. The Steelers received the first break of the game when, after recovering a Dallas fumble, they moved right in for a score.
Sending Pearson in motion, then reversing the ball to have a fumble recovered by the Steelers. Joe Green has it for Pittsburgh. John Banaszak has it. Number 76, not 75. Slot right formation for the Steelers on 3rd down and 9. Bradshaw's back there, and he fires under pressure, and it is caught by Stallworth at the Dallas 40-yard line. And the play is blown dead as Stallworth made a great reaching catch and then was corralled by Randy Hughes and Cliff Harris. Bradshaw is back. Bradshaw firing, and it is caught by Grossman at the 28-yard line. Randy Grossman made the catch. Benny Barnes made the tackle. And Grossman picks up a first down for the Steelers at the Dallas 28-yard line. Bradshaw hesitates and then throws deep for Stallworth in the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! Johnny Stallworth caught it between two Dallas Cowboys, and the Steelers are on the board first.
But before the first quarter ended, Dallas managed to knot things up.
Direct snap to Staubach. He barely gets it away. It is caught at the 25. Here goes Tony Hill over the 20, the 10, the 5, into the end zone. Tony Hill broke open around the 25. He went to the sideline and danced away from Donnie Shell and galloped into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Cowboys took the lead in the second quarter when, after sandwiching Terry Bradshaw, Mike Hegman stripped him from the ball and scampered all the way to score.
With Bradshaw fumbling the football, picking it up on the move, and he is nailed back behind the fort. This ball is taken away from him. Stripped. Henderson with the ball goes down and into the end zone for a touchdown. Make it in the end zone, a Dallas touchdown. The ball was stripped away from Bradshaw. And suddenly, Mike Hegman, that's who we were looking for. Hegman running with the fumble and carrying it into the end zone for a Cowboy TD.
The Steelers came right back to tie it up.
Bradshaw is back there, and he fires. Caught by Stallworth at the 35, breaks the tackle, comes over the 40, the 45, the 50. He's breaking downfield, going to the Dallas 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. A touchdown for Pittsburgh. 75 yards, but a penalty marker? Nope. It stands 75-yard strike to Johnny Stallworth.
Pittsburgh received the next break of the game when they systematically moved down the field to score after intercepting a Roger Staubach pass.
Staubach is back deep, and he winds up and throws. Intercepted by Blunt at the 20. It's up over the 25. He comes to the 30, and he is hit and brought down by Billy Joe Dupree and Drew Pearson. Mel Blunt, after Dwight White had put a great rush on Staubach, Blunt came up with the interception. Lynn Swan to the right, Johnny Stallworth to the left. Blyer in a close slot position on the right side. A quick flip out to Swan. They form a screen. He's up over the 35, the 40. Leaps over the 45. Breaks the tackle over the 50. The 45 still running to the Dallas 40. And down at the Dallas 37.5-yard line. Henderson and Barnes finally brought him down. Steelers ready to go. Bradshaw backs up. And he fires again. And there's the leaping catch down at the 16-yard line by Lynn Swan, who is hit by Benny Barnes and brought down at the Dallas 16. Fence the handoff to Harris galloping over the left side of the line down to the 10. They spin his pins out from under him at the 7.5-yard line. Bradshaw rolling to the right. They're after him. He throws on the move into the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown. He spotted his man and threw the ball into the end zone to Rocky Blyer.
The Cowboys could have tied it up in the third quarter, except
Dallas short yardage formation. Two ends tight. Double wing. Staubach brings Dorson in motion. He's back to throw. Wide open. End zone. Dropped it. He went to Jackie Smith. And down in the turf, he lost it. Wide open.
Dallas did manage a field goal out of the situation to make it a 21-17 game. And in the fourth quarter, Franco Harris gave Pittsburgh another touchdown.
Giving the ball to Franco through the middle, then over the 15 to 10 to 5. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. They opened it up down the middle, and the big guy went straight ahead through the hole. He knocked them loose in every direction. Over the 15, the 10, the 5, and right in there to score. And the Steelers go on the board with a TD.
The Steelers were now ready to go for the kill.
Scrubbing the kick down short inside the 25, picked up at the 24. Fumble! Ball loose! Still fighting for it at the 21. It is the Steelers football. No, it's Dallas's football. They're fighting for it. Who has got the football? It was fielded by Randy White. And he was hit solidly and lost the football. They still haven't rendered a decision. Pittsburgh's ball. Bradshaw is back. And he's going to Swan, and Swan makes a circus catch in the end zone. Unbelievable catch for the touchdown. Swan beat two men. Cliff Harris was one of them, and Benny Barnes the other. Holy smokes, 18 yards, and they strike again.
The Steelers won the game 35-31. And after 42 years of not winning anything, they ironically became the first team in the history of the NFL to win 3 Super Bowls. But the Steelers did not stop there. They returned again in Super Bowl 14, and this time defeated the Los Angeles Rams 31-19, making it 4 Super Bowl championships in the last 6 years. The Rams actually held the upper hand in the first half, leading by a 13-10 score. But in the second half, the Steelers started their comeback when Terry Bradshaw found Lynn Swan from 47 yards out to give the Steelers a 17-13 lead.
Steps up and throws it long down the middle inside the 10. A leaping catch by Lynn Swan. A perfectly thrown ball by Bradshaw from the 47 of the Rams.
However, the Rams were not dead yet. They came back with a little razzle-dazzle to take the lead 19-17.
McCutcheon running right, can throw the ball. He does so, and it's a touchdown to Smith for the Rams. Ron Smith, who caught that thrilling pass against Dallas, just caught a halfback pass from Lawrence McCutcheon to put the Rams back on top.
This game was supposed to be a mismatch. In reality, it was one of the best Super Bowl games ever played. In the fourth quarter, Terry Bradshaw again went to the air, and this time found John Stallworth from 73 yards away to give Pittsburgh a 24-19 lead.
Here's Bradshaw back to throw. Steps up and throws long, and it is! A 73-yard pass play for a touchdown. From his own 27, Bradshaw threw the ball. It was caught at about the 30-yard line by Stallworth. Good for 73 yards and a score.
came fighting back, but their quarterback, Vince Ferragamo, who had been near perfect all afternoon, finally made that costly mistake that gave the ball back to the Steelers. They went down the field for another score that accounted for the final victory of 31-19 and Pittsburgh's 4th World Championship.
And Ferragamo on first down, fakes to Kelly, is back to throw on first down, long over the middle. Here comes the linebacker, Jack Lambert, back to the ball to the 30-yard line. Lambert intercepts the pass. He had 6 during the regular season, and that's the first William turnover in the game of the terrible time for that. And the blitz is on. Right tries back to throw. He throws long down the middle, and Fowler got the ball inside the 25-yard line. With 3 minutes, fantastic catch and a beautiful throw. It was right on the money. 47 yards. Look at Starwood. He went down the middle, right into the post area. Elmendorf was trying to help out on the play, but the ball was thrown out in front just far enough. He made a fantastic catch, and the Rams are already in trouble. Red Jaw going left, gives the ball to Harris. He gets to the ball. Harris gets his second rushing touchdown. Red Jaw jumps up and down, thinking that probably does it. It's 30-19 right now.
The Super Bowl, born out of a public outcry in the 1960s. It has, in a short span of time, taken over as sports' greatest single-day attraction. It lives forever.